G'day, it's Father's Day down under, so let's look at Dad Fails. Where's the kid? You lost the kid already. I know, all good. Oi, watch this video until the end. I want us to help this dad/Aussie man fan out with a dad win. Anyway, back to the fails. If there's one thing all dads love, it's a bloody rope swing. Look at that spinny action. His son is like, give us a go. Dad says, no. He wants to take it up a level. Dads young and old understand how important it is to take shit up a level. Here he goes. Oh, fucked it. In comes the doggo, the only family member that cares. Maybe you should have handed it to your son. This dad has a busy day. There's no time to mow the lawn with a mower. Have a look at this life hack. Boom shakalaka. Done. Bloody gardening done. Tick it off the to-do list. Go on, sit down. Watch the footy. Crack a tinny. One thing I'm learning as a dad is that exercise is really important. You need to keep your energy levels up. This father has chosen skipping as his main way to stay fit. Here he goes. Yeah, oh, nah. Scaring dads is a fun activity if their heart can handle it.
Jesus Christ! Fuck off!
Yeah, he'll be okay. He was just deeply focused playing with his tools.
Sorry, I went on with it a bit. Sorry about that.
This dad appears to be youthful, but he's fucking deluded. Put your daughter's scooter away. Don't get your dad a hoverboard as a present. Don't do it. I'm convinced these were invented with the sole purpose to wipe dads out globally. I don't know what daddy issues the inventor has, but I'm yet to see any father enjoy hoverboarding. In fact, if you truly love your dad, you would do everything you can to keep him away from technology. They're not compatible. Bam! Say goodbye to Mum's favourite painting. She's yelling from the hallway, who the fuck put Gary in a virtual reality? He can't even cope in actual reality. You kids are frying his brain. It's hard to stop them though. Dads get to that age where they have a disposable income and tech is like a shoulder devil. Buy me, this drone said over and over. Here's a dad that invested in a GoPro. Unfortunately, he's holding it the wrong way around. He thinks he's producing a lovely video diary of the Dutch landscape.
And here we are in the Netherlands.
Truth be told, he's making a movie about his nose. It's genuinely entertaining, however. I reckon he should enter it in Cannes Film Festival. It's avant-garde as fuck. Cut to a hairy dad. He thinks he can handle waxing.
You gotta get the rest of it, Kaz.
What'd you do again for?
Overall, love 'em or hate 'em. Hopefully not hate. They're pretty hard to live without. Most of them are fair dinkum silly buggers, including myself. I wonder if they waxed his whole body. Actually, I don't want to know. How you going, you big bloody beautiful bastards? Here's me face. Oi, I got a message from a dad called Carl Walsh in me main inbox saying, could you help, mate? Now, I opened it and I discovered he's a pom living in Australia, so I almost closed it, but I didn't. Nah, cliche banter aside, Carl's 9-year-old son, Richie Little Walsh, has got a rare cancer called Rhabdomonious Sacramento. I'm not going to try and fucking pronounce it. In a nutshell, Richie is in stage 4 and his family has been on a hell of a journey since the diagnosis. They're hoping to fly to the USA at the end of the year for specialist treatment. Let's not lie, that's going to be expensive. A family friend set up a GoFundMe for the Walsh family, so today's call to action is not for my merchandise or to tell you to buy a bloody VPN. It's to say click the link in the post description below to go to the GoFundMe page for Richie Little Walsh. I'm going to chuck a couple of grand on there, so yous do what you can, okay? If you've ever wanted to buy me a beer, buy me this instead. Buy me a donation to Richie. I'm happy to sacrifice beer to help a child. If you want to buy me a Christmas present this year for making you laugh throughout the pandemic, don't. Buy me a donation to Richie's family instead. Please take the time to go have a look and do what you can. To quote the movie Galaxy Quest, never give up, never surrender, fuck cancer. That last bit wasn't in the movie, but you know what I mean. Let's give Carl a dad win. Thanks for your email, mate. Happy bloody Father's Day.
And a very good evening, day, or whatever it is over there. And welcome to the Something for Nothing show. I am, of course, your faithful producer, Mr. Arwen, and I don't know where the freak I am or where Boomer is, but I just woke up here on this island and I have no idea. But I think I see Cheesy floating there. So good day, Mr. Cheesy. How are you doing? Do you have any idea what is going on or?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, there you go.
I think there's something supposed to be happening, but I'm not quite sure where Arduin is.
Oh, you can't hear me?
But anyway, Aussie Man's finished.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I apparently you couldn't hear me, but the chat could. So the stream could. So that's good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But I was asking. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where the fuck I am or what the fuck is going on. But maybe you know, but because I see you floating there, and how are you doing, Mr. Cheesy?
Well, you know what it's like. You have one of those days where you think, "Screw this! I'm just going to get on my giant inflatable duck and just have a bit of a float." And would you know it? I've ended up next to you on a desert island. It's all going quite well. It's been a good week so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the bunker's best bits, actually.
Yeah, we're going to watch some of our favorite videos because, I've lost Boomer. I don't know where Boomer is. One of my theories is that maybe this is Tracy Island after global warming, and Boomer is somewhere underneath the ocean or something like that. I have no idea, but yeah, I managed to scrape around some of our older material, and
Nice.
to see if maybe we can kind of figure out what was going on today here, because I really don't know. But yeah, sadly, Mr. Boomer is not able to come on today, but he will be in the chat. So hello, Boomer, in the chat, and be nice to him. Be nice to him, guys. He is so far underneath the ocean that his microphone just isn't working, and he's suffering greatly because of it. And yeah, just say hi to him and be nice to him for me. I haven't tried to drown him or tried to kill him at all. I deny everything.
See, that didn't even pop into my head, but now you said you didn't drown him or try to kill him. I'm just trying to think what else you could have done to him.
Well, I deny everything. Those weren't my knives. But yeah, we do have a great show for you, because before we start, we always have a random news article to talk about, and I came across this news article actually in a Dutch newspaper, and I had to look it up because in an English version of it, because it was actually quite funny. It's about Have you read it? I've sent it. I've put it in our Discord chat. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I do have the link. Let me just see. We were talking about this pre-show, weren't we?
We were talking about this pre-show, indeed. So there was this woman who had like an annual pass to the zoo, and she kind of developed a relationship with a chimp, and yeah, the thing is that they kind of asked the woman to kind of stay away from the chimp. She isn't banned from the zoo or to the chimps in general, but she's just asked not to interact with the monkey because, well, it was a bit it was getting a bit awkward. I mean,
The article actually uses the words "having an affair." An affair is
Yes.
in
yes.
quotes.
Yes. She was kissing the window, and yeah, it was. Oh, this is a video without sound. I thought it was sort of a clip show, but no, yeah, she was actually. Yeah, they actually said like, okay, listen.
Yeah,
I don't know where
I think
you're
she's
into.
lucky. I think she's lucky it's a Belgian zoo because according to the article, she was asked to change her behavior again in quotes, change her behavior. Had that been like an Australian zoo, she would have been told to wind her neck in and get the frig out. But she's not banned. You're right, she's not banned. That's disturbing.
Yeah, well, they're probably just she might be banned eventually if she keeps being weird. But I think they're right now they're just like, listen, just we understand that it might be cool if you have like this special connection with a chimp, but yeah, the main concern from the zoo staff, so they said, was mostly that that the chimp began to focus mainly on her and not so much on the group, and that kind of caused some social problems for his position in a group, which could actually endanger his life. There was actually like the and I kind of believe that was probably like the main concern, even though probably the creep factor was also a big part of it.
It does get somewhat creepy because there's a quote from her near the end of that article. There's a quote from her that says, "I love that animal and he loves me. I haven't got anything else. Why do they want to take that away?"
It's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
It's not good. But I thought it was a quite an interesting story.
Oh, bless her.
And we have a Mallory in chat, the future president of the world. Hello, Miss Mallory. And a Jin and a King Crew. I hope you are, and a Microraptor. I hope you are all doing well. It's been a week for me. I was telling the guys just now that the university where I work just opened back up, and we're all back open for 100% for the first time since the pandemic. And we're now in week 2, and it's a lot. Teachers like completely forgot how technology works and stuff like that. It's it's a lot of walking and a lot of like, oh well, click click. There you go. I've turned the computer on for you, sir. And on top of that, I haven't told that this is really all I can say about it, for obvious reason. We also made the national news because we had a data leak, so that was a bit of a thing.
Oh dear. How bad of a data leak was that?
Not super terrible, like not social security level terrible, social security numbers terrible, but it's bad enough.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is like literally all I can say about it. But it was it was a bit of a concern. But to be honest, with most especially most schools that are kind of publicly funded. Most things that are publicly funded is probably more a question of when instead of if.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, absolutely.
try to get things in order with publicly funded organizations and try and get approval for even the smallest things is
There's no immediate value in it, is there? There's no as
Yeah.
far as a board
Yeah.
of directors are concerned. If
and the students don't
Yeah.
see it and stuff like that. So it's
it's not really front of house and improving the student experience.
yeah.
So it's not necessarily the top of the expenses pile. Yeah, I've had the same conversations. I had a really funny conversation years ago with a head of IT from a different university, the one I was working in, who said I don't know why we need to spend any money on security because we've never had a data breach. And I kind of chuckled and said, well, not that you know of yet. And that's the whole thing. You can kid yourself as much as you want. You got all the security in the world, but just because you haven't had one doesn't mean it hasn't happened. You're just not aware of it.
Yep. But yeah,
Cool.
that's pretty much all. That's all I wanted to say about that. I'm still a bit weirded out about what happened. The last year has been a bit of a blank to me. Maybe I need to do more research. I think that might be the case. But I'm trying to figure out what happened. So I was thinking, well, maybe it's time travel. And I seem to remember a video that we did on the Something for Nothing show a while back, and also in the way back when times before the Something for Nothing show. That was sort of time travel related, and I thought let's rewatch that video because it was actually kind of a fun video. So yeah, here we go.
Okie doke.
Welcome on board and congratulations. When you see this video, you've made the selection. You are one of the first 25 passengers who will travel to the future. The journey will take 8 hours and you'll arrive on the 21st of September in the year 2145. For security and confidentiality reasons, you have not received instructions before now. Please allow us to inform you about everything you should know about time traveling. The easiest way to explain what time travel is to compare it with traveling in distance. Most people experience traveling in distance as follows. You are traveling when you move from point A to point B. When you stop, you are not traveling. This is a major misconception. People cannot stand still. We are always traveling. Even if you don't move between
This
point
this
A
actually
and
kind
point
of sounds
B,
like
you
a
are
flat
moving at
Earth
the speed of close to
thing.
1,000 miles per hour. Because our planet Earth rotates on its axis. And even if Earth didn't spin, we would still orbit around a star
That's
called the
clearly
Sun at the
CGI.
speed of 67,000 miles per hour. People are not only continuously traveling in space, but also in time, at the speed of 1 second per second. But you are going to be one of the first humans who travel faster in time, what most people consider time traveling. Traveling to the past is impossible for people, but it is possible to send signals to the past. We'll explain that later. History of time travel experiments. In the late 1930s, one of the first radio telescopes received an unusual signal from space. After a couple of years, a team of scientists discovered that it was a message from the future. The message contained instructions to build a time machine. Under the command of President Roosevelt, scientists who worked for the United States Air Force started to develop the first time machine. It was finished in April 1947. The first test, on July 8, 1947, caused an explosion. The time machine exploded in the neighborhood of Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, there you
Nobody
go.
got hurt. We presented
That's
it as a
convenient.
failed weather balloon experiment, but many people believed that it was a crashed flying saucer.
It was neither. It was a time
In
time
1954,
machine.
the first plant was sent to the future. Finger Plant Chuck. This was a successful experiment. In
Finger plant Chuck.
1975, the first dog was sent to the future. The dog was called Albert Leica. Albert Leica arrived alive, but died in seconds. What went wrong? The scientists expected that the dog would disappear in 1975 and move to the future to an empty room. They made one big mistake. The empty room was not empty. An empty room contains air, and air is a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, several other gases, and water vapor. So, the air would end up in the entire body of the dog, including the veins. The air bubbles in the arteries caused arterial air embolism, which immediately caused a heart attack. In
Poor dog.
1975, they did
painful.
another experiment with
Yeah.
the dog Albert Leica 2.
Well, that's
The
why they
arrival
used the
gate
dog
in
and
the
not
future was
human.
entirely
Dogs,
vacuum sucked, and
dogs.
the first dog who traveled to the future brought his own air.
Just
The
dogs.
experiment passed. The dog was alive and healthy. In the meantime, we've sent several mammals to the future, and every experiment since 1975 was successful. So your journey will be very safe. Time travel techniques. There are several ways to travel in time. Some are very difficult, but not impossible in the future, like reaching the speed of light, using Einstein-Rosen bridges, also known as wormholes, flying near a black hole, and flying nearby huge planets. Luckily, as I mentioned earlier, we've received information from the future to build a time machine.
Oh, that's
This device works
really
with
clear
cabin-based time
information.
dilation technology. It's too hard to explain how it works, but in the future you'll receive a 4-year training to understand it. The biggest challenge that the inventors of the cabin had to overcome was distance. Imagine that this is you, traveling 2 weeks into the future. Now you are time traveling. You are moving faster in time, but the planet is orbiting around the sun. So you would arrive in the right time, but not in the right place.
Oh. Yeah.
Messages from the future. As mentioned before, we know how to build a time machine because we
That
receive
would be a
messages
bit
from
thing
the
that you're
future.
just floating
You may
there in
have wondered
space.
earlier,
Like, oh
why
shit.
didn't they warn us that the first time machine would explode? Why wouldn't they warn us that the first dog would die? It's because it would end up in another reality, another timeline. Imagine that we send a flower to the future with our time machine. The people in the future can send us a signal to confirm that they received the flower. What they can't do is send their message to the time before we've sent the flower, because the future that received the flower is not made in the time before the flower was sent. The message would
Oh,
end
good
up in a
grief.
different timeline.
Hey,
Because of this
I
phenomenon,
really
the
appreciate
grandfather
how they thought
paradox
this
doesn't
through.
exist. You may know the grandfather paradox from science fiction stories like Ancestral Voices by Nat Schnackner, published in 1933. In those stories, a person travels to the past and kills their own grandfather before the conception of their father or mother, which prevents the time traveler's existence. If traveling back in time was possible, you would not disappear if you would kill your grandfather, because the future you are residing in was already made, including you. You would just not be born on a different timeline. Do you remember when the newspapers mentioned that the Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope received a strong narrowband radio signal on August 15, 1977? They called it the WOW signal. A lot of people thought it was extraterrestrial. It was not. It was just another message from the future. What does your arrival look like? First, you'll be observed by a doctor. After that, a huge team of people will welcome you. The entire world is watching to see your arrival. Things you should know. There is less greenery in the future. Don't complain about it, because the people from the future are not responsible for it. They blame the past, your time. Don't feel offended when people swear in front of you. Some of the words are regular language, and people have no bad intentions. People look younger in the future. A woman who looks like a young woman could actually be 80 years old. Genetic design is common in the future. Don't get scared when you see people with purple eyes or extremely big eyes. Besides, you'll scare people as well.
I
with
watch
your
anime,
looks.
nothing
A
scares me.
lot of historians will approach you as soon as you arrive. It's also likely that temposexuals will approach you. Temposexuals are people who are sexually attracted to people from a different time. According to the book CSM 61, their attraction is a projection of a hidden desire to travel to another time. Don't be afraid. Fear is very common as you will be in a totally different time. Everything is new, but you are safe and don't have to worry. Now we give the floor to Lieutenant General Dr. W.P. Petrolsky, who answers some expected questions.
Well, he looks like a guy you
Question.
can trust.
Will I become a time
Yes.
travel tourist? No. A tourist goes back home after visiting a different place, or in our case, a different time. You will become a permanent resident of the future. You will not return. Question. Will my bank account still be active? No. But you don't have to worry about money. We arranged everything for you. Question. What will I hear and see during time travel? As soon as we start our engines, you will see nothing special. However, our experiments have taught us what time traveling sounds like. It may sound strange or almost eerie to your ears. However, some folks love the sound of time travel, comparing it to the song of the heavenly choir or their favorite music. Other people think of that weird Doctor Who noise. In reality, it sounds like this.
Oh, fuck. And as it is NASA Bunker 33 a thing by now, I think that the last part of the video didn't have any sound. Of the video that I downloaded. I really need to get myself a new piece of software to download these videos, because this happens way too often. So it was almost over anyway, and so let's go. Yeah.
I could only assume that what happened to people who didn't make the cut is they get cut up.
Well, people
Because
who
otherwise
don't
they would tell people.
people who don't make the cut get to get to watch this video believing that they're going to time travel. Yeah, that's and then they get killed, of course, because they've been revealed public secret information. So that's kind of what's going to happen. Yeah.
Awesome. There was a lot of effort went into that. I love the use of the kind of 8-bit, 16-bit graphics. Definitely CGI. Awesome.
Yeah. I loved it. There's a lot of thought being put into this thing. Even with even thinking about the grandfather paradox and stuff like that. I mean, they had a shit answer, but at least they had an answer.
Excellent.
Yes. So that was I think I now that I think about it, I don't think it was time travel. I think we're still in 2021. So I think we need to look. I think we need to look deeper on what kind of cause there could be for me just being here suddenly all by myself without Boomer. So the other thing I was like, I remember that we had a commercial for a special special solution for when you have need to turn it off, from when you have like kids that are noisy and or maybe a date that didn't go well, and
I think I was on this show. I think I know the clip.
I think you might know the clip. Indeed, I seem to remember that way back in the Wayback Times before the Something for Nothing show. You guys were on, and we were watching this clip. Yes. So you know what is coming.
Nice.
And this is so. I thought let's play this clip. It's called Nap Time, and it's a special product for when you have noisy kids.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Naptime, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Naptime. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-asleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay. Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
It works on the cats!
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Naptime, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks.
Oh, God.
I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more. Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
Breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait! Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Naptime.
Thanks, Naptime. Thanks, Naptime.
Naptime! When they just won't shut up. Naptime is not legal in the following states.
All of them. So is this commercial saying that if Naptime existed when I was little, I might have had a brother or sister?
Oh, this is chloroform.
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
So,
that's super. I do remember that.
Yeah, that was a fun one. But in hindsight, I don't think that's what happened to me. But yeah, I see new people in the chat. I see a demon orb. Hello, Mr. Demon Orb. I hope you're having a terrible day. And I also saw a Tony Regime. Hello.
Tony Regime.
That's yeah. And yeah, that's the people in the chat. But I don't think that's what happened to me. So yeah, the only thing that I have left after thinking it was time travel and or me being kidnapped by chloroform, which obviously aren't conspiracy theories, is actually do turn to conspiracy theories and see what if that might be the answer to my question that I have here. I mean, conspiracy theories are always the answer, right?
Absolutely, and you can never have just one. You've got to have lots, or it's not fun.
Yeah, especially, and I wish there was a group that sort of put a lot of different conspiracy theories in one package. That was sort of focused around a specific leader. Something that if you really in a pinch you wanna group together and like storm a castle with them. That sort of group. do you think there might be a group for me to cheesy?
I think there's several, but I suspect you're going down the QAnon route.
I am.
Do you have a MAGA hat?
Well, I might be able to buy one from Wish or something like that. I mean, they're made in China anyway.
Yes. Surprising, Hannibal. All the merchandise that got stuck in container ships outside of America, the stuff that managed to make it through was the MAGA hats. It's always been a weird thing in the back of my mind.
It is, yeah. So, I remember doing an episode about QAnon a while back, together with Boomer, and what was supposed to be Nerton, but sadly he was suddenly unable to come back then, which was really sad because we had a really good idea for that show, and then suddenly he was unable to come, and I was really sad and hurt about that. I hate you, Nerton. I remember having that Juice Media, one of our favorite channels here on the NASA Bunker, had a really good video about QAnon, and maybe that video will give us some answers.
Okay.
Hello, I'm from the US government. Does something feel wrong in the world but you can't put your finger on it? Are you yearning to fight injustice and be part of something bigger? Do you do your own research? If so, you've been chosen to participate in our new PSYOP, QAnon. PSYOPs are usually carried out by our intelligence agencies in countries we've invaded or whose governments we've overthrown, in order to convince the local population that we're there to help them. QAnon is just like that, except the target isn't a foreign population. It's you. And the government we're planning to overthrow is... Follow the White Rabbit. At the heart of this PSYOP is Q, a government insider who will give you advance warning about major events, like the arrest of Hillary and deep state leaders, which never happened, and the end of the Democratic Party in 2018, who actually went on to win the House that year. And if years of fake predictions start to get you down, don't worry. Trust the plan. The best part of this PSYOP is you'll believe you're in a PSYOP, except that's not the PSYOP you're actually in, but the PSYOP where we let you think you're in a PSYOP. PSYOP. All we have to do is tell Il Duce to say tip top next to a white rabbit. Q-proof. Joining QAnon is easy because at its core there are some truths. Like, the media really does lie to you. There really are powerful predators out there, and there really is a global pedophile ring that ritually abuses kids. But as you follow Q's droppings, you'll gradually LARP yourself deep into the rabbit's rectum, where you'll find others who yearn to fight injustice just like you. The 5G crew, the Plandemic crowd, the FEMA camps, and chemtrail folks too. All LARP together into a single LARP we can control. Where we LARP one, we LARP all. In exchange for all this entertainment and newfound sense of purpose, all we ask for in return is your help. No, you fucking idiots, not to arrest Hillary. You see, we have no intention of ceding power at this election. So if it looks like we're winning on election night, we'll declare victory, even though millions of votes are still being counted. And if we're losing, we'll declare the election rigged. Either way, that's your cue to get in the streets and prevent further mail-in ballots from being counted. Just like what happened in Florida when rioters shut down the recount of the 2000 election. Among those rioters was this fuckwit, the same one who is now urging us to declare martial law should we lose the election. And among the lawyers who helped to stop the recount was the same one we're pushing hard to appoint to the Supreme Court right now. Coincidence? Follow the white fuckwit. All this should alarm patriots, except Q has convinced patriots, even the guy who spent decades warning you about the police stated martial law, that martial law is now a good thing. The only thing that can ruin our plan to repeat 2000 is if there's an overwhelming voter turnout against us, which is why we've been doing all we can to deregister millions of you, purge voter rolls, and close polling stations to make voting as hard as possible. What's that? When do we take down the deep state? Aw, honey. The guy who exposed the real deep state is being tortured by it right now. And where are you? Oh, that's right. Q told you to trust the plan and have a big circle jerk on Aiken, the great awakening. And that's the purpose of QAnon, to convince those who would normally be on the front line of fighting our shitfuckery to sit by and watch as we prosecute your truth tellers, purge your justice system, and rat fuck this election. QAnon. Nothing can stop what's coming, because you'll be sitting on your ass when it does. Authorized by the Department for executing the biggest intelligence drop in U.S. history.
So that was a video of Juice Media, one of our favorite channels here in the NASA bunker.
That's superb. That was absolutely superb. Hashtag
Yeah.
follow the white fuckwit.
Follow the white fuckwit. Yeah, they're really great. I'll post a link to their channel in the chat. You should absolutely follow them. They make really good content, and we absolutely love them. And yeah, like I said, hello, Mr. Colon. How are you doing? Long time no see.
Hello, Colon.
And yeah, so I think I feel comfortable with sort of seeing that it's all a conspiracy. That is why I woke up here on this tropical island in the middle of nowhere, and not because of the shrooms and the fever dreams that I had.
Do you think it might be Q's fault that you're there? Do you know too much?
I think I know too much, and Q has left me here on this tropical island. I mean, I know that people will keep saying to me, "No, Arderwin, it was the shrooms. You were acting weird," and they say, "No, it's nonsense. Shrooms don't do this."
Unless they haven't worn off yet, and this is all just in your head.
Oh, that could also be the case. Yeah. No way that Boomer would miss a show, miss me and miss making fun of me and at my expense. That's literally impossible.
So this could potentially just be a really bad trip.
It could be. I mean, the colors are real enough for it. So. You know what? I'm just gonna think about it during the break, and just see if maybe after the break I feel a little bit better about all of this. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's a conspiracy. Maybe they laced my shrooms with something. That could be.
It could. Yeah. Oh my god! What if it is? What if it's a QAnon conspiracy? Yes. They are lacing weed and mushrooms.
Yes, that could be. Oh, that would be a really evil plan. So I'm gonna figure it all out during the break. where we also have some golden oldies for you. Not only golden oldies, but a couple of them. And we'll be back to you in a couple of minutes. So, yeah. Are you good, Cheesy? Or are you good, Cheesy? Are you up for something to drink?
Yes, absolutely. It is time for something to drink.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's see you. Let's go then. Bye.
Cha-cha! 500 Bier, ja.
Wake up, Dave! Come on! Rio de Janeiro!
Come on, Dave, we're too late. Got your ticket and passport. Then let's go on holiday! Oh, you that, eh? Well, mate, best one. Yeah, best. Sit down. When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio de Janeiro. I'm a soul. You alright, Dave? Yeah.
Das hier ist mein Sektor. Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Küstenwächters. Das Gerät und das Gerät. Überlebensradar.
Mayday, Mayday. Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you... Over. We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We are sinking. We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
Okay, everyone, focus. Prepare to enter the atmosphere. Sweden, let's get this thing onto the ground.
Okay, we have parachute online.
Okay, inflate airbags. Open. This is it, fountain. Camera. Should have a picture right now. Thank you, Germany. Okay, there's more to do. Now, if there is life, the Dutch will find it. Wait. What is he doing? What is that?
Now we wait.
I totally agree, by the way. This is the way, that is the way to find life on Mars. If the Martians don't come after a full beer, then, well, they're not really alive, are they?
It depends. Is Heineken the best thing to be sending Martians?
No,
wouldn't we want to send something slightly tastier?
No, yeah. I mean, there is a reason why we mainly export Heineken.
Oh, dear me.
So,
what are you
yeah.
thinking?
Yeah, I understood the German Coast Guard one. Yeah, that is still one of my favorites. That is, yeah.
Oh my. Oh, good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, funny enough, that is like that is like my third language. It's actually worse than my English, but I do know a couple of words of German, so I also kind of understood what the guy was saying beforehand. But yeah, well, English is a weird language anyway, so that's all alright with me. So let's see what we have next. Because I'm convinced now that it's QAnon. It's all conspiracy. I'm here because of QAnon. I was lucky that
you doing that on the basis? Are you doing that on the basis of no proof?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's the best way to do it. Don't have any proof. Just decide that it's so.
Yeah, that is the way they do it at QAnon. You know. That is why I like taking my horse medication every day. That's because Joe Rogan said that he's taking it too. So you know, if even a lefty like Joe Rogan says it's true.
Oh, bless him.
But there are weirder things in the world, you know. There are things on this going on this planet that are maybe even weirder than QAnon.
Really?
Yes, we were talking about well, chimps, but monkeys just now, and monkeys in the wild can have peculiar behavior sometimes, especially when it involves deer. I don't know if you know where I'm talking about, but I do know that Colon in the chat does know where I'm talking about.
You lost me at deer. I was expecting you to say frog, but
no.
Because that's a completely different video.
I have to maybe give out a little bit of a warning beforehand. Fewer discretion is advised. There might be some spicy footage out there. So here is probably Boomer and me's top 5 favorite video somewhere. Monkey deer porn. So, yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh. Well, that's familiar.
Yeah. and I especially like the deer.
Oh.
Just standing there and being like, yep, this is my life. Every fucking day.
At least they're checking for fleas at the same time, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, he goes again. Oh, God. Yeah, why are you filming this? This is already embarrassing, and now you're filming me. What? Like they all just sort of. No. They all just sort of like. Oh yes, bullet.
The poor deer must be like a method porn actor who's like, what's my motivation in this scene?
I think that the deer found out, like, we can kick them off, but then, like, look. Then the next one would just get on. And, you know, it still... Yeah, they're even sharing. They don't mind sharing, so that's cool, I guess. Colin instantly got silent in the chat. I remember him being in chat like he can, because last time we were showing this. It was right when he came in. So.
Oh my God. They would take turns. It's bad enough that one of them does it, but they're just taking turns and the deer's just standing there like nothing's happening.
Yeah, I think that the deer found out that there is really nothing that they can do. There's like, yep, well, listen, son, when you get older, maybe, you know, some things change. You know, you grow some hair and some horn in some places you might not expect, and a monkey will rub himself up on your back. That's just part of being an adult. So yeah.
See, I always thought when somebody said they had a monkey on their back, it was like talking about addiction or something like that. But they literally meant they had a monkey on their back.
Yes.
That changes a lot of old movies.
And clearly having a monkey on your back is no picnic.
Oh goodness.
Yes. That it's a bit of a painful thing.
It's poor thing.
But, you know, it could be worse. You could also have a last name that might be a bit of a standout if you're an MMA fighter. And I think you know where this is going.
Are we going to get into a discussion about my anus again?
Yes, we're going to discuss my anus. And, how good my anus
You
is.
change it. You would change it, wouldn't you? You wouldn't really.
Especially when the announcer has to say, my anus is taking quite a pounding.
Yes.
I would as a TV presenter, I would sue him to change his name. I would say, like, listen, as an MMA commentator, my reputation is damaged because of your last name.
Or they're all in on it and they do it on purpose.
That could be also, yeah.
But you would Mr. Myanus. What could you spell that for me? It's just not right.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it's spelled, but
one of the neighbours. Sorry to interrupt, but one of the neighbours has just sparked up some kind of herbal cigarette, and I've got all the windows open and it's wafting through the house. Not really what I want, but yeah, whatever that is smells really bad, actually.
Well, you know, that's what you get when you can't get it legally. Then
it's legal here. They should have better taste.
Then they should have better taste. But yeah, it's actually spelled M-I and then anus. So actually, but yeah, let's just watch the video and enjoy some quirky. And if you have some alternative quirks, just feel free to say them.
Look at the look of intensity on Myanus. The question is, can Salmon get inside Myanus? Myanus has got to be careful of the liver kick. This is not where Myanus wants to be. Myanus is most comfortable on the ground.
Not a good place for Myanus to be.
Myanus needs to loosen up a little here. We know, Pat, that Myanus can take a pounding and come back. Interesting to see Myanus getting a little acrobatic.
Myanus wants to take him there, take him into the deep water.
So far, so good for Myanus. Salmon did say yesterday he has enormous respect for Myanus. Now Myanus goes to ground. This is where Myanus wants to be, Pat. And Myanus didn't quite have the time on the ground that he wanted. Double jab, Myanus. Myanus's movement has been superb here. And Myanus is taking punishment. But at the moment, Myanus in a very sore state. Myanus still grimacing here. Officially, you can have as much as 5 minutes to recover. Don't know if Myanus will need all that time. And you know that while Myanus is recovering here, he's also thinking, can Myanus avoid the jabs? Myanus still shaking out the butterflies. Has Myanus got one big shot left? Oh, stinging punch to Myanus. And
yeah, that was already the end.
Look at the look of intensity on
my
Mayanus.
bad.
The question is, can Salmon get inside Mayanus? Mayanus.
Yeah, that was already the end of the Mayanus fight. But and Boomer, to answer your question, you can never milk Mayanus enough. It's a thing that we all like to do. We all like to milk Mayanus. Everyone here likes to do that. As much as we can. And because my anus gives so much joy and laughter
grief.
because of my anus.
Good grief.
Yeah. But interesting to hear. So where you are, it's actually legal. Here it's not really sort of legal, but of course we do have the famous Dutch coffee shops.
Mm-hmm.
where we can where there might be a coffee machine, but they don't really sell coffee. Funny enough. I'm thinking maybe everyone here in chat and you too would like a tour through a Dutch coffee shop.
I would like that a lot.
Well, here we go. I brought my girlfriend Cheryl and a dog, and this is. They all have rules like no violence and no smoking anywhere. It's not allowed. They have different strengths. They're usually marked. And they sell, of course, pre-rolls, but also in bins. Sometimes they're Tupperware bins like this. Sometimes they're already pre-bagged, and they just put it in a bin and they weigh it for you, and they know exactly what the price is. And of course, you pay with a bank card. Or cash. There you have it. That's sort of how what they showed us showing what they're selling. Plenty of choices, and of course a machine for your rolling paper. So easy to use. Just the way he's buying hash, not wheat. From what I can tell. Maybe he's buying wheat. Doesn't. Yeah, that's clear. There you go, in a little baggie. €20, so there's probably about 2 grams that he's buying. Yeah, seems about right.
Wow.
Yeah, we usually buy by the gram, and we're not allowed to get more than 5 grams a time. There you go. We are in some coffee shops, not now during the Corona crisis, but usually you're allowed to smoke them inside as long as you don't add tobacco. No tip. Don't do drugs, kids. It's bad, okay?
Okay.
She really knows what she's doing. She's not a first timer, clearly. The smoking ban is a lot. That's an interesting, interesting situation where you are only allowed to smoke pure at a coffee shop. Oh, she's buying some hash. Yes, there you go. And this is why I prefer buying in pre-bags. Seems a bit cleaner than what they are doing. This is not. This is not. My coffee shop is a bit more professional than this. But yeah. Hash chunks are great if you want to make butter. Again, kids, don't do drugs. It's bad, okay? So yeah,
have they got special? Do they have special instructions for Brits who all pile across to Amsterdam to visit the coffee shops, go straight for the strong stuff, and then end up throwing up all over Amsterdam straight after?
No, it is one of the reasons why they kind of try to only do it for people with a Dutch passport or an ID card, but they kind of stopped doing that because it was doing exactly what the our policy was trying to prevent. It was bringing out street dealers, and they were buying it from street dealers. So yeah,
yes,
yeah, that's and the same thing with the pandemic. By the way, at some point, everything had to close down. And therefore, also coffee shops had to close down, and like straight away, the street dealers came out of the woodwork. So they kind of said, okay, coffee shops can open, but you can only go there, buy weed, and leave. You're not allowed to stay there and smoke now. So they actually had to allow them to go back open with, of course, mask and 1.5 meters and that sort of stuff too, because otherwise, people still wanna buy their stuff. So
yeah, is weed heavily taxed in Amsterdam?
Well, it's not just Amsterdam; it's in the entire Netherlands. It's everywhere. It's the same everywhere.
Netherlands, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, a bit, but it's. I don't really know exactly, but it's also because it's not legal. It's there is a tolerance policy. That's what we call it. And that means that means that you can. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh no, go on.
Well, that means that you are allowed to buy it. You are allowed to have some on you, and the coffee shop is allowed to sell you. Sorta. Officially is illegal, but that is tolerated, and everything else is strictly not allowed. So growing, importing it, even groweries. They're running trials for groweries now, but even groweries and stuff like that aren't legal. So coffee shops still have to get their weed from basically criminals.
Wow.
Well, it's a policy that was invented in the 80s.
That's crazy. The thing here is that weed is legal in Colorado, so you can go to a recreational dispensary and buy some, and they take the tax money off that and put it towards schools. Apparently it's schools. I'm not 100% convinced, but they try and do other things with it. But it's not federally legal.
Yeah,
which I find really confusing. So it's it's federally illegal, but it's legal in the state. And you can buy some and take some home. But if you get caught with it, in out of state, if you take it out of state, it's still illegal. You can be caught for trafficking or dealing or all kinds, depending how much you got on you. It's a really confusing thing.
Yeah, well,
I don't know why they don't just legalize it.
Here it's confusing for different reasons, but because we don't have different states, so we don't have different laws in different areas of the Netherlands. So it's just the same policy all through the Netherlands, which is great because I don't live anywhere near Amsterdam, and I seriously wouldn't travel all the way to Amsterdam every time I wanted to buy weed. So
it's a really weird thing because I don't smoke weed because my asthma just won't let me. But I'm because I'm not a green card holder yet, I can be thrown out of the country. Even when I'm a green card holder, I expect them to be thrown out. But I could go and buy some, and I can bring it home. I could even grow some in my own backyard as long as it's not above so many plants. But it's still federally illegal, and it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know why everyone doesn't legalize it, because there aren't lots of accidents and things here. There aren't, you don't bump into stone people on the streets every day. There's not everyone getting high.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the same thing.
They're clearly making a lot of tax money out of it.
Yeah. I was reading here it's like 400 million, so it's not an awful lot, but that's probably also because of, well, the whole policy. Yeah, I really don't like our current policy. I call it yours. You guys have it weird. Ours is just hypocritical. Basically, yeah. I don't really like it. I like that I can just really easily get it and legally get it, but that's pretty much it.
What's really funny is you get lots of people in Colorado saying how terrible legalized weed is and how dangerous it is, and actually, I used to bump into more stoned people and smelt more weed in Salford, in Manchester, in Britain, where I was living before I moved to America. And when I flew back, I was back there the year before last. You can start to smell the cannabis farms in people's attic space. And as you're walking down the road, you can just get a really, really strong smell of weed. And it's because they're growing it in attics and things.
Yeah.
So really, there's more weed in Britain, in Salford, than I found in Colorado. And people openly smoke it on the streets of Salford in Manchester as well.
Yeah, and The good thing is I've literally smoked it in front of a cop, and might also be because I was in my mobility scooter, but but no, but you must also recognize then that when it's snowing, you'll see like a couple of rooftops that have no snow on them.
Yes. There's a lot of places in Manchester got caught because the police helicopter just flew over the top of people's houses looking for hotspots on the infrared cam.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much the same thing, same idea, right? Now with LED lights, it might be a little bit different because, yeah.
Well, when I was in Manchester, one of my friends was growing. He had a considerable farm in an attic, and him and his cousin were growing this stuff, and they were really pleased with it. And they'd sneak off to this house and check on it, and they were taking Instagram pictures and sending it to each other on Instagram, and openly saying it was a weed farm, thinking that no one would ever figure out where it was. and they had geotagged the pictures. So somebody in the police downloaded the pictures and checked the tags, and it was the exact GPS location of their weed farm. And they were idiots.
Well, yeah. But yeah, here is to say here is also you're like really officially having like a couple of plants is part of the tolerance policy. However, as soon as your neighbors complain because of the smell, they'll still come and take your plants.
Yes.
Because it's still illegal
And that's-
officially.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the weird thing.
How about we close off with one more Aussie man?
Oh, always.
Yes.
What have you got?
I have an Aussie man about my favorite domesticated animal.
Cats?
The cat. It's Cats Being Dodgy by Aussie Man.
Alright, today I'm doing a review of the animal kingdom's greatest enemy, cats. They're bloody nature's asshole, aren't they? Look at this one, sneaking about. He just coward punched a toddler. Sure, on the outside they're all cute and cuddly, but listen to this demonic bastard. It's the devil. This cute little duckling is like, you want to go on a wholesome adventure? But the cat says, nah, fuck you. It's not just small children or baby ducklings that cop it. Cats are dickheads to each other as well. They hate each other. He's like, nah, piss off. These are my 3 bowls of kibble. Mate, I'm telling you, I'm on the bloody door list. Nah, you're not, bro. I mean, look at how Disney villain fucking next level evil this one looks. This is some of Andy Serkis's finest motion capture work. I genuinely believe he wants to kill me in my sleep and wear my face as a winter coat. Oi, and what is it with cats destroying toilet paper? They do not want us to have clean buttholes. They're like, if we have to shit in a tray of rocks, you should too. You know what makes me really angry is that when this bloke is done, he's just all like, oh, well, this was only mildly entertaining, and fucking licks himself. This puppy's had enough. Yeah. He's mumbling, I'm gonna rip your tail off. Oh, nah, mate, I just got an itchy ear. Bloody itchy ear. How you going? Are you all right? I'm all right. Yeah, no. Have you been watching The Bachelor? Right, I've got your fucking tail. Oh, nah, mate, I'm just got an itchy ear. What are you looking at, eh? I don't want to fat shame this one, but can it seriously not walk around? It's like, give us a tow, bro. I've broken down. Yeah, I need an electric mobility scooter. This invention is gold. The kid who's built this is definitely going to disrupt the lazy fucking cat market. I don't like this remote control. Bye-bye. What else have you got on this table? Ah, a little glass of gin. You're trying to relax and unwind after work, are you?
No. Yeah, no.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Nah, I'm not doing anything.
No.
I'm just having a look at this glass. It's a great glass. It looks expensive. It would look great on the ground. This kitten is drunk. It's been underage drinking. You can tell. Even the owner behind the camera is asking, did you steal my Baileys? It's like, nah, I didn't steal your Baileys. You look hammered. I'm not lying to you. I didn't. It's totally lying. Oh, hi, human. Welcome. I've been getting emotionally and physically abused for a few hours now. Do you reckon you can help me? What's this? Fresh water? Screw you. Diabetes medicine? Screw you. Oh, a crab? Screw you. Are you a toddler? You are. Screw you. You're in the middle of a well-choreographed gymnastics routine. Screw you. Another cat? Definitely screw you. Boundaries and personal space? Nah. Screw you. This fuckknuckle is grooming. It's not even watching TV, yet it won't let the owner have the remote. It would rather throw itself under traffic than let her have it. It's yelling, just get on with your life, Teresa. Game of Thrones is over. Look, this one is probably a good bloke or Sheila once you get to know it. Not all cats are dodgy bastards. I'm being dodgy, presenting them purely in a negative light. Some of my best mates are cats. I'm just saying, overall, when they want to be assholes, they're the best in the game. So, yeah. Nah, don't piss them off.
Yeah.
I worked at an animal shelter for 12 and a half years. I know.
That last one just needs a priest. There's something wrong with it.
We've had cats like that too. They are. I actually was. I actually had a cat sneak in my house yesterday. I was sitting on my couch and I was like, "Do I hear something?" Because my cat is just in the living room and the door of the living room is closed, so it wasn't my own cat. And I heard something in the back of my house, and I always have my back door open because my back door is in my bedroom. Because that's how small I live. So I wanted to have my bedroom nice and cool. And I hear something. I hear something on the floor, and I'm like, do I hear someone sneaking in? So I quickly open the door. I just see like a white paw just retracting from the corner. And I get back, but she was actually really cute. She was sitting at the door opening, like, but I'm actually really cute. So here she is.
Oh.
Yeah. And she was clearly not like a wild cat because her fur was really nice and soft, and she was really, really, really cuddly and cute. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I had a strange cat in my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I owe my life to a cat.
Really?
I do. Yes. My parents used to have.
Did it?
How did it happen?
Did it save you? Did it swoop in and push you out the way of traffic? Did it find you down a well? How did it save you?
Well, actually, my parents used to have a cat when I was a baby, and that cat loved me. And he even when my mom was like, "Oh, let's give the cat a break. Let's put Nicky in the box." The cat just jumped with me. He was like, "No, that's my friend." And they had to keep the doors closed, so otherwise the cat would also be sleeping with me. My parents were like, "No, that's a bit much." But one night the cat was acting all weird and funky while I was sleeping, and so my parents opened the door to the hallway, and I was walking pretty much straight to my door and was acting weird and scratching my door. And when my dad was just funny, like, "Oh, you want to see Arwen?" So he opened the door, and I was already blue.
Oh wow!
Yeah. The cat just felt like, "Hey, my body is in trouble."
Oh. Do you still have that cat?
Well, no. First off, that would mean that the cat was at least 36 years old. So that's
okay.
And second off, sadly, he didn't live very long. So.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That's sad. But no. That would make him that would probably make him a world record holder of the oldest cat if he was more than 36 years old.
Oh, I didn't try and do any kind of calculation in my head on that one. I just wondered. We've got a cat. She has her moments. She's thrown things off the she's recently started jumping on the counters in the kitchen. But she started throwing things off at night, which makes it sound like we're being broken into. She threw a glass vase off the counter a few weeks ago.
How dare
and that
you
sounded
go to
like
sleep?
burglars.
Well, she wants attention.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
actually,
she's special.
Surprisingly enough, if my cat was 36 years old, she would not be the record holder of oldest cat ever. Or he in case of my old cat, because the oldest cat ever was 38.
Wow. Okay. That's impressive.
That is very old for a cat. That is
domestic.
she died 30 years old, 30 years, 8 years and 3 days.
Oh my! It's one of these. It was one of these bougie cats. So Jake Perry said her diet consisted of dry cat food supplemented with broccoli, eggs, turkey bacon, coffee with cream, and every 2 days an eyedropper full of red wine. What cat drinks red wine?
Well, a cat that turns 36 years old. That's who. Well, that's one cat.
I mean, you'd have to. What would you do? Take it to the wine dealer and have it pick one out.
Sommelier.
Does it only drink Malbec? Is it going to spit everything else back in your face?
Yeah.
You know what is?
Yeah,
how
I
do
can
you
see.
find out-
I can see the like the owner of a cat just walking into a wine sommelier with a cat.
Oh no! We don't only red wine. We only drink red wine from the southern side of the slope, slightly acidic soil. That's what she likes.
Yeah. No, dear. No. Rosé is only for the peasants.
Yeah.
So.
That's great.
It's a bit earlier than normal. But I think that's all we got for you guys. It's surprising how much shorter a show can be without a 6-year-old Australian without a pause button.
Causing trouble. I've just googled cat wine, and there is a cat wine, but it's non-alcoholic.
There is non-alcoholic
I don't think that's
cat wine. But I don't think that's
what that cat was drinking.
No,
I think she's drinking the real deal. Awesome.
I'm getting flashbacks to the time that I was smoking a little bit too much weed, and my entire living room was pretty much blue. And my cat was trying to do this really amazing job, a little bit overconfident, and she smacked wine on her face.
Oh, bless.
Oh, poor kitty. But she's used to it now. Now she's just sleeping most of the time.
Oh dear.
I wonder how that is. I wonder why I have such a sleepy kitty. So Mr. Cheesy, do you have something to share about yourself?
I unfortunately do not. My channel has become a waste ground for videos. There is nothing of any excitement. I wish there was. If anyone is sub to me, I am going to try and put something out in the next few weeks. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like. I am working. Actually, I do have something to share, but I don't have a set date. So, the film Leon, I discussed recently on Etty's Hobby Corner. We got into movies. Leon was one of the things that we got talking about, and what's come out of that is we're going to do a Leon live stream where we kind of talk about the movie and look at some clips, and hopefully people are going to find that quite interesting. So that's going to be on my channel at some point. I've got a set built. We don't have a date, and I still need to rewatch the movie. But if you are a big fan of the movie Leon the Professional, keep an eye on my channel, and there will be a live stream coming soon. But other than that, that's all I've got. Thank you very much.
Well, I think that's pretty cool. Sounds like a lot of fun. I think that Mr. Barman is still doing videos on Thursdays, and
I believe so.
Yes, and of course, we have our good friends of the bunker bitching crew, who are I'm not sure what they're doing this week, but I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of fun. And oh yeah, there is a debate on Fight the Flat Earth, maybe somewhere that might have been of interest. I don't know how much of that is already known, but I guess that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, of course, and like always, the Majority Report. I really like that show, And last Friday they did a fundraiser for Afghani people, and I think they announced today that they raised 27K for Afghani immigrants. Yes.
That's impressive.
That was the GoFundMe goal was $5,000. So they overshot a little bit. And FTFE Murray versus PhD Tony. That says
There's one to watch.
that must be a really interesting debate. I'm looking forward to that one. And there was one thing. Oh yeah, Sir Sick, of course, on Mondays with his terrible stream for terrible people. Always a lot of fun. And that is pretty much all I had to shill for today. So yeah, I hope you had a lot of fun, Mr. Cheesy. Thank you for helping me out since I've lost Boomer.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for inviting me, and hopefully Boomer comes floating back fairly soon.
Yeah, he's like weed in your garden, you know, weeds in your garden. You can take care of of your whole garden, but eventually it comes popping back up, and I'm afraid that's gonna be the same thing with Boomer.
It's a little known fact, but if you actually say "Okay, Boomer" 5 times into a mirror, he will stand behind you.
Let's just not try that, and just say goodbye for tonight to everyone. Thank you for coming, everyone in chat. It was nice to see everyone like every week, and well, we'll see you guys next time with probably a movie, but we have to see what kind of movie.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Arduin.
Thank you, Cheesy, and thank you, chat. Bye.